Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
Good day, good day, good day, good day. Hey, thanks for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs, and this is my ministry. What I do is I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, I talk about the ugly. What I do is try to share my life experience and experience of others. They're trying to stop these kids from picking up that break, making that multi-billion-dollar day prison their permanent address. Hey, today, I got a special guest. I got no other than Lawrence Wise Mcgriff. Sit back and think about what I say. Look at that name. Look at that name. Mcgriff. Okay? Right now, just in case you don't know who he is. Okay? Most of y'all, Brooklyn, Queens, NYC, y'all know who he is. For the other audience that don't know who he is, this is Gerald Prince Miller, brother. And this is Supreme Kenneth Mcgriff, nephew. Wise, how you doing, my brother?
Life is great. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you.
Supreme team, man. How you doing, man?
Life is great.
Hey, life is good, man. That's what it is, man. You know what? See, the difference is right now, every time me and Wise, we get together, man, we build. We build. And despite
something positive.
And despite, I'm not 5%er, but we build. It doesn't matter. We able to come together and have, I'm talking about powerful congregation. Powerful, like I'm saying, get together. Nothing negative, nothing nonsense. That's what I love, man. Even with that being said, man, I'm gonna go back in time, man. I remember where there was an incident, man, and I got mad. I got mad at Bim because Bimmy, just in case y'all don't know who he is, Bimmy, James Atney. Right now he had made a statement that that Glaze them, they tried to, they trying to get me. And he was telling Prince, yo, man, these guys gonna get me or whatever. Prince said, don't worry about it, I'm about to come on, wait till I come on, whatever. Bim said, man, come on, man, they probably get me before you come on. So right now, Bim made a statement and talking about right now, I try to push up on him, and I didn't quite remember that. So I felt, and I made a statement that that would have happened, Bim would have been singing that New Edition song, Is This the End by New Edition. So here it is, Bim kindly, as we got together and started talking about it, he kindly reminded me of that incident. And right now it was right after Cat's sister, that firebomb happened in Cat's sister, and it was at the repast. And right now Bim was around, and me and my crew, we was like that with everybody. And Wise intervened, but once again, it's funny how you forget certain things. You remember that incident, man?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you remember about that, man?
I had called you just on some family stuff. It was like, Bim is my family, hands down. Give him a pass.
Yeah, give him a pass.
It's like, give him a pass. I ain't give him a pass. And he was like, nah, this go deeper than that. And I said, on behalf of my brother, give him a pass. You said, oh, all right, never mind. He got that.
But even with that being said, though, but once I was able to talk to Bim, and Bim gave me the time and frame, what time frame he was talking about, because I thought he was talking about when we was on 150 and 107 at the game room. But right now he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about when we was at the repast. And even right now, I think y'all was getting back in the truck.
Right. And
everybody went around Bim. You're like, oh, wait, man. So, but you're right. But he was right, and I was wrong because I didn't remember. You got to sit back, folks. I'm 91 years old. When you're 91 years old, you're not going to remember everything, man. And you know what, man? When you sit back and you look at it, man, it's like right now where it's like, here it is, everybody. They talking about your uncle. They talk about your brother. You know what? Literally, how do that make you feel, man?
It make me feel good and bad because when you talk about people, you only trying to glamorize everything that was negative. Mm-hmm. Most people don't want to speak on the positive things that they have done, positive things within the community, even though they was a part of the destruction of the community. But you also got to talk about the uplifting of the community. How many times did they provide money for kids' college graduations, high school graduations, taking them on trips. Don't just talk about the hustling and anything that was negative, because even with hustling, how many times did somebody fall short and had needed some rent money? Or they whatever I own. It could have been money for groceries, or they just needed something, and like the family was there just to help them and didn't want nothing back inside return. You see, but most people always want to cling on to something negative, but they don't want to hold on to the positive stuff.
And do you know why is that, man? Because once again, if you sit back and think about what sells, negativity sells. Even right now, when you watch Love and Hip Hop, The Housewife of Atlanta, or whatever, or you watch Keeping Up with some of these shows, drama sells. So right now is when these folks start going at it, and these women start going at it, and they going woo wah, and they start pulling, out each other here, the rating go up. So right now is if somebody come up there and they talk about, the notorious, Gerald Prince Miller, or the notorious Kenneth Supreme Mcgriff, oh yeah, they was a good guy. They were like Robin Hood. They took from the rich and give to the poor. You know what? People don't want to hear that. And it's sad, but it's reality. And you know what? Like I had the opportunity to be part of an organization that Lorenzo Fat Cat Nick established, the round table. Whereas, Cat, your uncle, your brother, Pappy, myself and Bug Out. We was part of the round table. And even right now, I can remember, man, the first time me and Gerald Miller, your brother, man, we went at it. And it was like right now is Cat set it up and we started kicking it. And I said, look, man, I don't like you. And those were my exact words. I don't like you, man. I said, out of all the things I heard about you and how you let power go to your head, I don't like that. And right now, he said, look, man, just like this, didn't raise his voice, didn't say anything. He said, look, man, as much thing I heard about you, I'm not passing judgment on you. I'm like, whoa. It was like a checkmate. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't because that could have went either way. But the difference was once he say that, he didn't play checker, he played chess. He checkmate me in a few words, wop. And you know what? The respect, you have to give. And even right now, as we speaking of our Prince, man, I can remember talking to Leslie R. Caldwell, the top prosecutor that prosecuted all of us. And something that she said, out of all of y'all, from Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, Supreme Kenneth McGriff, Howard Pappy Macy, you, and Gerald Prince Miller. She said, out of all of y'all, who is the most intelligent and the most dangerous out of all y'all guys. And right now, out of all of us, who she said was the most intelligent and the most dangerous was Gerald Prince Miller. Do you find that surprising?
Not at all.
Okay. Why?
Because he's always thinking as if life itself was chess. He's always 7 moves ahead.
Okay. And you know what? Right now is, even with that being said, that's why as far as right now is the respect level, with him or whatever, it's huge because of the fact right now it's him. And I can remember hearing different stories, whereas him, being on, I don't know whether it was 7 North, 7 South, they was in MCC, New York. And right now is, the late John Gotti, the Teflon Don, they was all up front and something was going on or whatever. And he shut everybody down and called hey, Prince, hey, please come over here and join me, man. Anytime something was going on, whether they watching a fight, whatever, he wanted Prince in his presence. And, to me, right now, when you watch something like that, or you hear certain things like that, it's right now where it's with him, why he commanded so much respect. Personality. All right. And like I told you right now, when we sit back and you look at it, man, out of all the things that we've been through, man, and some of the things that when you look at it, from my understanding, they got Jamie Foxx, okay? Shout out to Jamie Foxx. They have Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Basically, right now is about to star in a motion picture about your uncle and your brother life, man. And to me, when you got two of the most powerful, sought after African-American actor about to play, right now is Supreme and Prince, the Supreme team. You know what, to me, I think that's powerful, man.
Definitely is.
Okay. And right now is when you sit back and look at it, what do you think, with Jamie and Michael B. What do you think they're gonna bring to the table? Do you think they can really play these individuals, play them to the T?
First of all, those are two phenomenal actors.
Okay.
Those are two people that actually bring characters to life, especially when they're doing based on true story type movies.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, Michael B. Jordan, phenomenal for him to be so young. He just surpassing everybody. Say just based on like the man worth ethics. And then with Jamie actually had reincarnated. Saying Ray Charles.
Yeah.
You know, he was hands down Tuki Smith.
He was hand down. He was hand down Ray. You couldn't tell me that wasn't Ray.
You know, like that hands down, that was Ray. Hands down when he had did Tuki Smith. You know, that was him.
Okay.
You know, when Michael B. Jordan had played the lawyer.
But Just Mercy.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, like on great movies that was based on true stories. So I'm just looking forward to seeing the way that they bring it to life. You know, shout out to Irv Gotti, visionary on films. You know, much respect and love to my uncle for actually writing the script.
Okay.
Thank you to Warner Brothers for cutting the check and for believing to bring a positive aspect from so many things that was actually once negative.
You know what? Even with that, folks, when you sit back and you think about it, and I can remember, like, you know, back in the days and back in that time, we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the 70s, the 80s, or whatever. Even the fact right now with the bulletproof vehicles, like, you know, that was unheard of. Whereas right now with the bulletproof,
we already did that back then.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
All late.
I'm talking about back then in the 70s, 80s, or whatever. Not only that, the bulletproof baseball cap and the bulletproof T-shirts and all this other stuff or whatever. Like, you know, come on. Even right now, I remember from my understanding, it was like a basketball game. And right now, where was that? Baisley Park somewhere? And they used to have like the sniff. And to me, like, it was
International Fast Break Festival tournament.
Okay, and right now, from my understanding, it was a shootout. And then, once again, I got into a shootout out there, but one time in particular, I heard it was a shootout, and they basically knocked your uncle down to the ground.
And they dived on top of him, then they surrounded him, and they walked him safely out the park.
So sit back and think about it, right?
They treat him like the president.
Exactly, because once again, it's like they the Secret Service, and he's the president. So to me, you don't see nothing like that. And right now, how in the heck these guys was willing, you know what I'm saying, to lay down their life for him? What, like I'm saying, what was about him as far as his charisma, his attitude, his personality, to draw these guys in like magnet, that these guys was basically willing to lay down their life to protect him? You know, to help me understand, what was that all about?
Love.
Wow. Love. Because once again, like, you sit back and think about it, man. Listen, man, they start shooting, man. I'm like this, man. If I don't got no gun, I don't got no vest, I'm gonna be like Ricochet Rabbit, Sheriff, pew, 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 pew. I'm gonna be all over the place. And everybody don't understand that. But these guys stood there. And they right now, like you say, knock him down. And right now, jump on top of him to protect him. You know what I'm saying? Period. And that's unheard of. And that's what I'm trying to tell you when they start talking about the Supreme Team. Everywhere you went, you hearing about the world famous Supreme Team. So when you sit back and you think about that, that's a hell of a accomplishment. But even as we talking about this, man, and to me, I'm going back in time, and like I say right now, me personally, Brian Glaze Gibbs, I have a lot of regret. I wish I wasn't Brian Glaze Gibbs. I wish right now I didn't have no type of mental issue between the age of 14 and 24. I wish I could turn back the hands of time. I wish I didn't destroy my community. Okay? I wish I got the help. Went to the, my mom, something's wrong up here. Every time I black out, I get completely angry. I don't know what it is. I get so angry I want to do something. So once again, what I'm just trying to say right now, that's my regret. I wish I can turn back the hands of time. So to me, when you sit back and you think about your uncle, Kenneth Mcgriff, Supreme, and your brother, Gerald Prince Miller, right now do you think they have any regrets?
I'm pretty sure that they do, but I'm not inside a position to speak for anybody other than myself.
Okay.
I don't have that many regrets.
Okay.
I gotta look at it now. Actually was able to evolve from the person that I was to the man that I am. And if it wasn't for yesterday, then I wouldn't be able to achieve so much today.
Okay. So without no test, there's no testimony.
Exactly.
And right now, like I say, and this is me, like right now, and I always thought, and I always say to myself, because I always like to think, honestly speaking, like with all of us or whatever, even whereas we are at this present time, I always like to think that if they had a chance to do it all over again, they'd probably be like, you know what, did it.
I'm pretty sure that they would though, because my uncle actually tried to reinvent himself when he first came home. You know, he had obtained the rights of the complete Donald Goines series, and like he had the vision of bringing the books to life. But it was just his past that had kept taunting him, regardless of whatever it was that he was trying to do. Because Irv was actually there to actually pull him out the street, to help him straighten up and fly right. But it was just the stigma of the name. You know, I gotta credit it's like the notoriety. You know, everybody always want to use the name, but don't realize how it got the cause and effect. And it was certain causes that affected the man to be found guilty. Because you only guilty of having a bad past. They didn't want to talk about the transformation of him trying to do right.
Because they too infatuated, whereas
bad
feeling,
past.
know what they felt, he got away. They felt right now is like, you know, they look at all the stuff, his name speak for itself. His name still was like a living legend. What they speak about is right now, when that situation happened way back when, and he came home on that pill bill. And, you know, I'm talking about, they didn't like that. So the difference is right now is even right now, while he was in there, that's when the police murder happened, Edward Burns, and that's when they brought us all in. And once they did all that stuff, Preem say, man, look, man, give me my time. Let me get the hell out of here. It's getting hot. What they say, it's getting hot in here. He knew what was going to happen. So automatically, but then again, like you say, what happened? It's like he get out, and then they turn around, like you say, it's his past. And like even right now, you're right. He did, what was that movie? With the Donald Goines movie. Which one was that, man?
Crime Partners.
Crime
The first
Partner.
one was actually called Black Gangster.
Yeah.
You know, him and Chaz was doing it together, but then he had single-handedly had did Crime Partners by himself, along with his own comrade Wayne from Uptown.
Okay, Wayne, I remember Wayne Davis. I remember Wayne. I remember him from the Sickle Crew. I remember that. But even with that being said or whatever, man, like, you know, even with the one that he wound up doing, and he had, I think it was Snoop Dogg and all those guys was in there. And not only that, right now, all the music, all these artists from Ice-T to Jay, everybody was involved with that. Because all so sit back and think about it. All these guys came in. So how in the heck, you know what I'm saying right now, he was able to get all the top talent, all the top billing to come together and get them to work together for this project. That's
Love
power.
and respect.
Love and respect. Wow. Love and respect, man. And so when you sit back and you think about that or whatever, and like I try to explain to people or whatever, man, like, you know what, sometimes, you know what we have to do is, sometimes we have to remove ourselves from an environment or whatever. Even right now, like, you know, coming back to your old neighborhood, do you think right now is if he would have just moved to California, would he have gotten caught up into all this BS?
I don't think so.
Do you see where I'm coming from? Because once again, it's like right now, a different environment. So once again, that Brooklyn Queens stuff, anything go wrong, like even with me, anything that went wrong between 87 and 88, homicide-wise, automatically, who they point? They point me. They blame me. Hold on, wait a minute here. Even when Edward Burns got killed, who they number one suspect? Me.
Treat you like a serial killer.
Wow. Wow, man. Wow, man. Exactly. But and see, that's what I'm trying to explain to people. Like, wait a minute, time out.
You know,
And
it
that's
was like saying for Brooklyn, if they seen Glaze coming, you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, for Queens, if you seen my man who I still love and respect, Puerto Rican Righteous, if you seen Righteous coming, you in trouble.
Yeah. And once again, you see how, you know, that reputation, and that's what we don't understand, man. Getting these kids to understand, you get any type of form of bootleg reputation, it can destroy you. And to me, you know what? If you got a clean cut Lord Biden reputation, you're a good working man, you positive, you serve your community, that's great. But when you start getting that reputation, and like to me, between June 87 till November 88, they talking about I average a murder a week for a year and a half. Time out. You're not gonna give me every unsolved cases. And even with that stuff, with your uncle, with your brother, like I said right now, they try to give your brother certain things or whatever, he's in. And automatically, you know, this happened and they had a pee on the body. What that mean? You know what I'm saying? Then they come to find out. No, but come to find out, no, he didn't have nothing to do with it. But what I'm trying to say, but they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Similar to your uncle, it's like when you got a reputation, they don't care. They just try to throw the book at you, regardless of whatever. And like I said right now, man, you know.
But both of them, they're inside the process of getting their appeals heard. They both have a chance at getting out. I wish them nothing but the best. That's the purpose of me trying to acquire another property. Should they desire to relocate, you know, we're trying to close on that ASAP. You know, my extended family, my blood family, every time when I come down here, they're like, okay, you ready to get it? I'm ready now. You know, I'm gonna be down here and I'm Charlotte for like the full week until we secure, drop off some money, and just wait for closing.
Okay. And you know what, like I tell you, man, that's what it's all about, man. Like I tell you right now, thank you for coming on today. Thank you for, you know, right now, open-hearted and freely, like expressing yourself.
Yeah,
because once again, like what I try to do when I come on my platform, I do things or whatever, it's nothing rehearsed, it's nothing artificial. I want it to be natural. I don't want, when I see all these platforms out there with the negativity, the yelling and screaming, the bashing, it's not about that.
There's a lot of platforms that I'm really not even interested in, you know, but I got nothing but love for you, for me just being that kid, seeing you, because I didn't have a relationship with you as a child. So a child stayed inside a child's place. But now that I'm grown, I'm able to sit right here with you, and the love is still genuine. But I even got love for Kool-Aid for your brother.
Let me ask you a question. Look what he just said, right? You try to act like I'm 90 years older than you, man. I got you about, what, 3 days?
No.
Huh?
No, you got me about like
3 years. So they were like a kid, like a real kid.
Right.
Like, okay. Wow. I know I always say I'm 91, folks, but man, come on.
I don't believe in going on platforms that I want to try to misconstrue a story and be like, because that's my uncle, that man gave me $100 million, and because that's my brother, I didn't do none of that. So I'm not gonna come on here and try to be like I did this, that, and third. But I was definitely there.
Yeah, that's what trust me.
And I was a part of a whole lot of things, but it is what it is. You know, I just don't want to make something seem to be more than what it actually is.
But you always been genuine, and that's the difference, man. You always been genuine. You always been, you know, like I said, within that 5, bro, you did what the hell you want to do, go where you want to go, and you was well respected. And the bottom line is, like I say, a lot of times to me, you got people will use that you got your own name. You got your own identity. And see, that's huge because once again, a lot of people don't even know who the hell you are. And say, yo, wait a minute, I didn't know that. Because you don't have to do that. But the difference is right now, you do know when you look. If you look, oh shit, you can look closer, you can see the resemblance. But other than that, right now, you love that.
And we all look alike. You know, I don't know if it's a gift, I don't know if it's
a curse. Wow.
But I'm grateful, for being handsome because I came from some handsome genes.
Oh man, look, man, that sounds like Preem Prince right there, man. You know,
it might be great, but the waves are still in. You know?
I thought that was baby powder, man.
Nah.
I thought that was baby powder.
I had to earn mine.
I thought that was baby powder.
Especially since both of them don't even have hair.
Oh, they don't even have hair. Oh,
they be teasing me for being great,
oh,
but it still grow.
It look good though. It look good, man.
It
you know
still
what?
grow.
I always tell people this is baby powder, man. This is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man. Hey, but listen, brother, man. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to sit down here and congregate, man. Giving back to the people. Right now is, do you have any message that you want to give to these young gentlemen that's out there that want to be, that's lost, that don't understand, don't have the right direction? What message or what, you know, in a roundabout way, what would you have to say to them to stop them in a track, to get them to understand only thing come fast is trouble, easy to get into, hard to get out?
I don't condone, I don't condemn anything that young people do. Be mindful of anything that you do, because when you get in trouble, anybody who you want to corner with, partying outside the club with, they're not going to be inside the courtroom to support you. They'll be there to testify against you. So they're not going to send you no money for commissary. You ain't getting no packages. And they will definitely try to give your girl some money. And say, but she going to be naked every time she come pick up.
Wow. And
in the words of Jay Prince, you wake up every day with a chance and a choice. You got a chance at life, and you got a choice to decide what you're going to do for that day. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow didn't even get here yet.
Wow. You know what, like I said right now, man, thank you. I appreciate those words of wisdom, because that's what it's all about, man. You know, here it is. I'm going to reflect back upon my girl, man, Cheryl Lynn. To be real. Got to be real. Hey, listen, folks, thank y'all for joining me. Hey, get your signed copy, man. You got your copy?
Yes, I do.
You got your signed. Get your signed copy. The Beyond Lucky book. The Brian Glaze Gibbs story. A true story of money, murder, and crack and redemption. If I, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs, can change, anybody can change. Guess why, people? Change comes from within. Peace, love, and prosperity. One love.
so much, Brian Gibbs. I love this book so much. I mean, I was a fan of your YouTube channel, but now I'm like a real up close and personal fan. I really love what you have going on here. And not only that, but I too was once lost and now I'm found. So thank you, Brian, for this autographed copy. I appreciate you.
Yo, Glaze! I just got to my favorite part of your book. This is Out of Prison as a New Person. So, page 308, May of 1998. That's actually when I had the pleasure of meeting you, and we worked together on that 10:30 to 3 a.m. shift, which was crazy. My respect level just went up like 10 more notches for you. So I knew about your past. I knew about everything that had gone on. But what I didn't know is you were going from $40,000 a day to, I think we were making $12 an hour there, that night shift, something crazy. So for you to be able to have that work ethic of going from slinging easy rocks to slinging heavy packages and working that night shift and just being the positive person you were that whole time and offering encouragement to everybody that worked that shift.
Have you checked your tire pressure today?
I don't have a flat.
Have you checked your blood pressure today?
No, I don't feel sick.